Hello my little milkies, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Cyrus Milk. That's also my YouTube name, but you know, whatever. Okay, so today the video is gonna be like the title says, just like things to do and not to do to trans people, mostly what not to do, honestly. And I have made a whole list. Not really, it's a short list. Well, I don't know, they're like the main ones that I get a lot to me. And it's been irritating me a lot lately because I'm back on dating apps. I'm trying to look for a boyfriend. So I feel like I need to educate people about these things because sometimes I get like if you don't like know any better, and so I kind of want to educate people on that because it gets annoying after a while that people don't know any better. So I'm trying to fix that. Just a little bit, just enough to where it's not too annoying. Let's also take a moment to notice that I got more piercings on my face. I think, I have now this, I have my bridge done now, cause, short little story time, randomly. So my friend came down to, all the way from Los Angeles to see us for a little bit, it was because she had to do a dentist thing, and also she just wanted to see us too, so that was the thing. Anyway, and then I was like, I said, oh, let's get our piercings done, and she was down for it, so I got this done on my face, because I wanted it. I wanted another piercing already, like, but I didn't know if I should get, like, an eyebrow piercing, or the bridge. Obviously, I ended up getting the bridge. I didn't actually get the eyebrow one, because, I mostly didn't get the eyebrow one, because, I pluck my eyebrows and I shave around my eyebrows a lot with, like, the little shaver. So I can't really have that done there. I actually almost couldn't have the bridge one done because, you need enough skin there, obviously, to get that even pierced. And they looked at my nose and they're like, you might not have enough skin. We're gonna see in the back if you do, but if you don't, then you're gonna have to get the eyebrow one instead. And I said, okay. And the whole entire time I was in the waiting room, I was, like, pinching my skin to see if I had enough, like a weirdo. I was just sitting there like meh, 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 like the whole time, and to me it felt like there was enough, and there happened to just be enough, just a little, just barely enough to get that piercing. So now I have this piercing in my face, and it's great. I love it. Anyway, back to the point of this video. Little side story is now over. We can go on to the rest of this. All right, I didn't put this list in order, so it's not like from most important to like least important. Honestly, I think all of them are equally important, because you don't want to be a rude ass bitch, I would hope. So just pay attention to all the rules. Just pay attention to all of them. It's annoying because this happens to me a lot. I feel like they're important because, you know, like I said, it happens to me a lot, and I think that a lot of people make this mistake. So the first one I ended up putting up was don't ask what's in their pants. You know how many times I have been asked this? What's in your pants? What do you have down there? Do you have a hot dog or a hamburger? Like, that's none of your damn business. Like, what the hell? It's just, like, why would you ask me that? Like, you wouldn't come to someone in the cafeteria, for example, at the mall or something, and ask some stranger sitting down enjoying their fucking hot dog on a stick, hey, what you got in your pants? You got a huge dick or what? Like, don't ask that question. Like, why would you ask? Like, if you wouldn't ask a random stranger, like, just randomly anywhere, don't ask a trans person. That's just how I see it. Like, why would you do that? The only reason why obviously you're asking the question because I'm trans, like, just don't ask that, because it makes anyone uncomfortable. Like, you're asking about someone else's private parts. Like, that's uncomfortable. That's an uncomfy feeling. Don't ask that question. It's also really creepy too. Just don't ask that question. But I did also put, like, a side note underneath it. It's okay to ask them where they are in their journey. Like, how far are they into their transition? Things like that. Depending on the person, though, that they might not want to answer that question still, because technically it's a medical thing. Like, obviously, no one's going to share with you their medical information because that's none of your business again. So it's it's better to ask where they are on their journey than just to ask them what's in their pants. Like, that's a lot better. Like, obviously, you're still not asking the same exact question. But, you know, if you are actually curious about, like, how far are they on their journey, or, like, what they've, you know, done to transition, then that's the best way to ask it. And if they don't want to answer it, they don't want to answer it. Don't pressure them. That's weird. You're creepy. Just don't do it. Next question we have, not question, you know what I mean. The next thing we have is, if you're curious about trans people and you meet a trans person, ask them if it's okay to ask them questions if you're actually curious. Like, if you actually are curious and you have some questions that need to be answered, and you meet a trans person, ask them if they can answer your questions before asking them questions. Because some people don't want to answer questions. We're not, like, they're just trying to live their normal life. They're not trying to, like, be an answering machine, if you will. They're not like an informational brochure, so, you know, don't treat them as such. Now, personally, I'm okay if people ask me questions. I don't mind it. I don't really care too much. I honestly, personally like when people ask me questions like that, because it kind of just shows that, like, they're curious about my life and they just want to understand me. And I like that, because I'm like, oh, okay, you actually want to understand, like, my situation. That's nice, instead of just, you know, being weird about it. But then also that leads me to my other point, for the question thing, that is, let's see, if the person is answering your questions, and you guys come on to one that they don't want to answer, or that they feel uncomfortable answering, then they don't have to answer it, and you shouldn't force them to answer it either, because it's, again, like, it might be touchy for them. They just might not feel comfortable with the question in question. And I would suggest at this point, if you did stumble upon a question that makes them feel a little uncomfortable, something like that, just, like, softly apologize. Don't push it. Just apologize, don't push it, move on to something else. That's how that should go for you. And let's see here, next thing. Don't dead name someone. Like, just don't do it. It's rude. Why would you do that? Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, just be nice and just use their name that they would prefer to be called, because it makes them uncomfortable, for starters. I don't like when people call me my dead name. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not my name. Don't call me that. Like, majority of people in my life don't call me by my dead name anymore. So first off, I'm not even used to being called that anymore. Since everyone uses my new name, Cyrus, so I'm not going to answer the other one as well. So, like, since I'm not used to it, I'm not going to answer to it as often. Or if I do, I'm going to be rude about it. Like, I don't like that. I don't like being called that anymore. Like, for example, when, like, my family members call me by my dead name, I'm like, oh my god, yeah? What do you want? Like, I'm not nice about it. I'm like, yeah, what? Like, what do you want? What is it? Honestly, I might start calling them by a different name instead. So for example, all the women's name will now change to men's name, and all the men's name will change to women's names, because I'm getting annoyed. So I'm gonna be a little sassy person back, because I'm done with it. I just don't like it. It's disgusting. So if you did name someone, just apologize and move on with it. If you didn't mean it, then you didn't mean it. It's okay. If you did on purpose, though, you're rude. Same thing with misgendering people, just don't do it. And then the same thing with dead naming people, just apologize, just say, like, sorry, I didn't mean to do that, and, like, it's all good, just move on. Sadly, I think I get, side note, I put on this thing, I get, misgendered, like, all of the time, not even, like, by family members, but people in public, just random people, misgender me a lot, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand. Like, God, it makes me uncomfortable, honestly, because I'm like, oh, that's how you see me. Okay. I don't like it. Honestly, this is also what I want to say to everyone out there, that's, like, if you don't know for sure ever, like, if you don't know for a full-on fact that person is a man or a woman or anything, just call them they, them. Just do that. It's a lot better than being called the opposite gender, because I'd rather be called they, them. So, like, yeah. And that leads me to the other point for, like, the misgendering thing. And don't be rude about it, because we have seen people. So when I say we, I mean my sister and me and other people that are in my community area friend thing. People that don't know someone's gender and they just say that thing over there, or like that, whatever it's called. Like, don't do that. That's rude. Don't do that. Like, why would you? Like, I'm not an animal. I'm not an inanimate object. Sorry if I said that weird. I'm not good at pronouncing stuff like that. I'm a person. I'm a human being like you, and I would prefer that you call me what I am. Like, don't be rude about it. Don't consider me a thing, okay? When you do stuff like that, you're dehumanizing that person. Like, you're making them, like, I don't know, like, how to, besides, like, dehumanizing, honestly, you're taking away also their anonymity, or what, I don't know how to say that word correctly either. If you know that word, then you know. I feel like a lot of people know what that word is, so, sorry if I'm moving around a lot, but I'm trying to, like, in the middle of the camera. I'm really bad at going to, like, the side over here, usually. Trying to be in the middle more. I'm aware of it. Anyway, so just don't do that. Dehumanizing, taking away, like, their business, I guess. I don't really know. Like, it's just not nice. You're pretty much taking me away from me, if that makes any sense. So just don't do that. It's rude. It's not nice. Last point I made, it doesn't have specifically to do with trans people. It has to do with, like, everyone in the community, honestly. It's a little side rant. I don't like the F slur. The F slur is, I can't say it obviously because this is YouTube. I mean, I have been saying other bad words, but, like, this is, like, a word even I don't like saying. Like, I don't like saying it. The F slur, people will say it called, like, a bundle of sticks, or the British cigar thing. Don't say it. First off, it's a gross word. Like, it just sounds nasty. Like, it's not cute. It's just not. I actually had this conversation last night with my friend before I went to bed. We were talking about the F slur, and we both we're like, yeah, it's a nasty word. It's not cute. It sounds gross. It sounds nasty. Mind you, he's a straight, white conservative male, and he was like, yeah, no, that word is gross. Like, he doesn't even like that word. He's like, yeah, I don't fuck with that. And I'm like, yeah, good, because I don't like it either. Don't say it around me. But I think that pretty much finishes my list, for the most part, my short little list. So, I guess, like, at the end of the, let's see, not the end, but I just wanted to say at the end, I guess, that if you have any questions, I don't mind you asking me, honestly, in the comment section if you want. And obviously, if you're just trying to be rude or something, I'm not going to answer your question. Or, yeah, no, I just want to answer your question if you're rude. But if you're, like, genuinely curious, I will try to answer it to the best of my abilities. But I also want to tell you guys that there is also, a website called the Trevor Project. And that website is really good at answering a lot of questions, and not just for trans people, but for a bunch of different kind of parts of that community. So if you're ever curious, just go on there as well. Hey, quick addition to the video. From now on, I'm going to also put this cute frog here to stare at you while I talk to you without anything in the background. But I just wanted to add that regardless of, like, any of these rules, you should always just accept someone for them, and then just not question it at all. Just go for it, just let them be themselves, like this cute frog right here that's blushing at you. Just let the frog brush the flesh. What? I don't even know anymore, guys. Anyway, but yeah, just wanted to add that in, just so you guys know that important thing. Okay, back to the video thing, the end of it, pretty much. Okay, I'm gonna stop stalling. I'll try to put the link of the Trevor Project in the description. I don't think I will be able to, though. I'll try, though. I'll try. Try to find it, whatever's. But yeah, I think that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment. maybe subscribe, possibly. I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that will be. Again, I never know when I'm gonna make a video. I just randomly started making this because it was stuck on my mind and I was getting irritated, so yeah. So if you guys enjoy the video, do everything they usually do on a video, I guess, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye-bye, little monkeys.